Hi everyone, Natasha here and around my home today. I am back in my guest bedroom or office. It's our little home office space too. It is a much brighter day outside, so you can actually see some of the space behind me, and we have been busy working out in the yard, getting some of our spring gardening work done. So welcome to my guest bedroom and office. So today we're here to talk about baby steps number 22 through 28 in the Fly Lady 31 Baby Step series. So this will be our fourth week in the series, and by now hopefully you've established some of those routines and habits that we started working on in the first few weeks. This week we're going to be focusing on keeping it balanced. So I have the Fly Lady's 31 Baby Steps book here. It's called K.I.S. to Clean in 31 Baby Steps. So if you're wanting a little more inspiration or you want to read her take on things, you can always check this out from your local library, which is where I got my copy. And I've been enjoying reading that just for some extra inspiration, and it's always nice to hear Marla's own words about how to approach the 31 baby steps in each task. So we'll start out with our first baby step, which will be for Monday, March 22nd, or whatever day you're doing it, the 22nd baby step. So we're going to be working on creating your control journal and just building and adding to it a little bit. And one of the key things to think about is to make sure that you are keeping it simple, sweetie, or remembering the K.I.S.S acronym. So even though if you're like me, you might be tempted to add all sorts of lists and all sorts of routines and information in your control journal, the whole point is to keep it simple and to keep it very functional for your family. So you'll want to start out with just a couple of things we've already talked about, which is your morning routine and your evening routine. And today, if you want to add to that a little bit, you can look on the flylady.net website, which I will also link down below along with this whole series. And she talks about having a daily focus. So the daily focus gives you certain days of the week that you accomplish certain tasks. And the benefit of that is that you're not always trying to do everything every day. So if something comes up, say an errand you need to run, and then you just add that to your errand list, and you know that when it's errand day, you're going to tackle that. So you're not always running errands. Or if you have a phone call or a bill that needs to be paid or an email, something you need to follow up on, you can add that to your desk day list. And that way, when it's desk day and you're going to set aside your time to sit down at the desk and accomplish some of those things, you'll have that on your list, but you're not constantly trying to keep up with all those little tasks. So the Fly Lady has her own system of the daily focus items. You can shuffle them around and do them however works best for your family, but I'll just run through them really quickly so that you are familiar with them. So Sunday is Renew Your Spirit Day. Monday is our weekly home blessing day, and I'll touch more on the weekly home blessings in just a moment. Tuesday is your plan and play day. Wednesday is Anti-Procrastination Day. Thursday is Errand Day. Friday is Clean Out Your Car and Purse and Date Night. And Saturday is Family Fun Day. And once again, put those days, whatever works for your family schedule. I keep most of them the same. So Sunday is pretty self-explanatory. Renew Your Spirit Day just is a reminder to do some things for yourself to help fill your own cup so that you can then fill others. So it could be things like some self-care, maybe a bath, soaking in some Dead Sea salts, or doing a manicure, or it could be scheduling your massage on a Sunday at the local spa. It could just be simply making sure you set aside time to read or do a craft that you enjoy for a few hours that day, but it's really focusing on renewing your spirit. Monday is our weekly home blessing day, and with that, we're going to accomplish 7 tasks, and those 7 tasks are what she calls the weekly home blessing hour, and this is something else that you could add to your control journal if you like. So the weekly home blessing hour is a quick, tidy, and touch-up of your whole home. It's not meant to be thorough cleaning. It's not meant to be deep cleaning. It's just sort of top shining everything to keep your home moving along and looking well enough for company to stop by and kind of maintaining. And the deeper cleaning is something we save for zone cleaning later on. So your 7 weekly home blessing tasks are emptying your trash, washing and changing your sheets, dusting in whatever zone you're working on that week, cleaning any surfaces, glass like windows and mirrors in that zone, doing a quick sweep or vacuum of the main living areas, doing a quick mop in the main living areas as well, or you can just focus on your kitchen and the zone. And finally, she lists it as clearing out magazines. I kind of look at it as just doing a hot spot clear or purge. So just going through your home, you can do it as a paper purge, whatever you think you need to focus on. But those 7 tasks should take you about an hour, so you're not spending too much time on each one. You can also spread those tasks out throughout the week. So if you want to say Monday through Friday, you're going to do 1 or 2 tasks each evening when you get home from work, or in the morning before you head out for work. You can do it that way too. Just make it work however it goes for you the best. But the point is just, again, to keep your home in good order and take care of things along the way so nothing gets built up or becomes such a big mess or so dirty that it takes a long time to clean. And plan and play day, that can work as your Sunday basket if you're familiar with that system. It's basically having 1 day a week that you know you're going to sit down at your desk for maybe 15 minutes, maybe an hour or 2, whatever time works best for you, but you're going to make sure you're accomplishing things like paying bills, scheduling appointments, making sure that all the return phone calls and emails are happening, checking your calendar and looking at your school calendar from your children, and don't forget to schedule some play. So that could also be the day that you schedule out maybe lunch with a friend or coffee with a friend, or that might be the day that you schedule a bigger vacation that's long term, or maybe a date a month or 2 from now with a friend. So you have those fun things coming up on the calendar and giving you something to look forward to. Anti-Procrastination Day on Wednesday, that's a great reminder for me every Wednesday to think about what are some of those lingering little tasks that keep rotating on my list but I never seem to accomplish, and Wednesday's the day I try to get those taken care of. Thursday is errand day, so again, that's going to be the day that you're running all those errands, cleaning out our car and our purse and filling it up with gas. I try to get all that done on Friday or Monday, so it's either the end of the week or the beginning of the week. If I do it on the end of the week, it works really nicely because then I also try to get my daughter's backpack cleaned out after her week of school, and so we're going into the weekend feeling like everything's kind of reset for the next week. And Saturday, Family Fun Day, is the day to schedule some family fun. So it could be as simple as having a movie night at home, or going for a walk in the park, or going for a hike nearby. It could be a big event like going to the zoo, whatever works for your family, but it's just a chance to remember to reconnect as a family and do something fun together. So for your baby step number 22, we're just adding those 2 short lists to your control journal, your daily focus list and your weekly home blessing hour list. Baby step number 23 is to add an afternoon routine to your control journal. So if you work from home or you're someone that stays at home most days, then you could look at this as just your mid-afternoon or your midday little quick list. It could be something you do right after lunch, or maybe right before the kids get picked up from school, or once the kids get home, but it's just going to be a couple of quick things. Some ideas to put on your afternoon list are to make sure you eat lunch, drink your water, and if you're needing to take any medicine or vitamins midday, to get those in as well. Also, to take a little time to relax. So you could say if you're setting aside an hour for lunch, you're going to eat in 20 to 30 minutes and then do 20 to 30 minutes of relaxation, doing some reading, doing some crafting, whatever, take a nap, take a little power nap, whatever you want to do that day. Also, part of your afternoon routine can be starting on dinner or setting aside what you're going to be making for dinner so that that's already thought of and taken care of. And once it's time to prep dinner, then you can jump in the kitchen and you know exactly what you're doing. It's always nice to try to even prep some things ahead of time. So sometimes if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cleaning up my own dishes from lunch, then I might just go ahead and get out the cutting board and a knife and chop up some of the vegetables for dinner and throw those in a bowl back in the fridge so that it's ready to go and I can wash that cutting board and knife, and then the kitchen stays pretty clean until it's time to just put things in a pan and start cooking. So for baby step number 23, we are adding an afternoon routine to your control journal. Baby step number 24 is to do a 2-minute swish and swipe in your main bathroom. So you can add that to your morning routine. That's nice to just get it done and taken care of, or you could put it in your evening routine if you want to do that right before everyone heads to bed as you're brushing teeth. Could even be done on your afternoon routine, but it's just tackling that, adding that to your daily habit and your daily routine. And a swish and swipe is simply taking your toilet brush and a little cleaner and swishing out the toilet bowl, and then taking some cleaning spray or a cleaning wipe and a rag, whatever you have, and wiping down the surfaces in your bathroom. So the sink and the mirror if it needs it. If it doesn't need it, don't worry about it. The toilet, wiping down the back and the handle and the seat and all those areas that might need it around your toilet. If you need to wipe up the floor, do that too, depends on the household members. But just a 2-minute quick swish and swipe in your bathroom. The Fly Lady even recommends, if you don't have pets that will bother it or small children that will bother it, then you can put an old canister or an old vase or some kind of container in the bathroom next to your toilet, and whatever old soap or shampoo or shower gel that you have around that you don't like, squirt those in there and fill the rest up with water, and keep your toilet brush right in there. If you have about a 50-50 mix of soap and water, then it's real easy just to lift up the brush, let it drip off a few seconds, give that toilet a swish and a swipe, and stick it right back in. And because of all the soap in there, it's going to stay bacteria free, and it's a real quick and easy way to get your toilet bowl clean. And as the Fly Lady says, soap is soap. So it doesn't matter what kind of soap you want to throw in there, it'll still do the job of cleaning your toilet bowl. And if you're like me, I have multiple bathrooms on the main floor. 2 of them get used often, and then we have 1 in the basement that gets used very rarely. So I tend to cycle back and forth. Every few days I'll do the main bathroom, and then the next 2 or 3 days I'll do the guest bathroom. And even if you don't do them every day, but just every couple of days or every 3 days you're doing a swish and swipe, it's going to keep your bathroom in great shape, and it's no big deal then if someone stops in and needs to use the restroom while they're visiting, and it keeps everything looking fresh and clean. So that is baby step number 24, doing a 2-minute swish and swipe in a bathroom. Baby step number 25 is to go to flylady.net and read the Fly Lady's personal testimonial about routines. And you can also hop over to your control journal and establish your zones for your home. And the basic zones will be the 5 areas of your home. And you might think, well, my home's bigger and I have more than 5 areas. But the whole point of this is we want to be able to cycle through in the 5 weeks of any month and at least work on a little bit of something in each zone. So there might be some things that you don't do except for every 3 or 4 months, and that's okay. Or there might be some things you make sure you do every month. But the point is just to keep them on your rotation so that you're constantly staying on top of things and it doesn't feel like a lot of effort. So the Fly Lady recommends these 5 zones to section out your home. So you'll have zone 1, which will be the entryway and dining room. You'll have zone 2, which is your kitchen. Zone 3 is the kids' bedroom or bedrooms. Zone 4 is your main bedroom or the master bedroom. And zone 5 is the living room and 1 extra room. So I will show you here, this is my Unbound planner, and in here there's a section that is supposed to be for seasonal cleaning tasks, and I have divided that up for my Fly Lady zones. So I'll just show you that quickly. So here are my Fly Lady zones, and you can see this is my the way that my home is broken down. And the only change that I have made is I have flip-flopped zone 4 and zone 3 so that I do my master bedroom first and then I do my daughter's bedroom. And I just like doing it that way because I know that as the month goes on, I get a little less energetic, and for some reason it feels better to me to put myself first and make sure my bedroom is staying neat and tidy, and then I can work on my daughter's the following week. So in any month, there will be at least 5 weeks that are covered on a calendar, and you're going to use those weeks to assign your Fly Lady zones. So the first week of the month, even if it's only 1 day long, you'll do the zone 1. The second, third, and fourth week of the month are all going to be a full week. So each of those zones, you'll have a little more time to work on things. And then zone 5 is just like zone 1. It could be just 1 day long. Some months it'll have lots of days, and other months it might just have 1. And so you're always going to just adjust what you can get done in that amount of time for zone 5 and zone 1. So as an example, if we look at March has almost a full week for zone 1 and fair amount of days for zone 5. So you have lots of time to work in each of those zones. However, if we look back at February had a nice long week for the first week of the month, zone 1, and then the very last day of February was zone 5. It was just one day for zone 5. So if you see what I mean, you'll just have to adjust it each month, but that's why those zones are a little bit smaller or require a little bit less work. And with the zone 5, the living room and one extra room, that's when I usually work on my basement. So the weeks that I have a lot of time, I'll do more work in the basement. And the weeks that I only have one day for that zone, then I might just do a quick top shine in the living room, make sure it's dusted and surfaces are kind of wiped down, and that's enough. So the main tasks you're going to be doing for your zone cleaning are things like making sure the baseboards are dusted or surfaces are dusted and wiped down. If you want to tackle dusting picture frames and trim up above and cobwebs in the corner. If you want to do a little more deep cleaning under the furniture or vacuuming, you can. If you want to do a purge, like in our living room, I try to do a toy purge and kind of rotation on that last week of the month each month. Doesn't always happen, but that's kind of my goal. So it's just a matter of kind of doing that little extra deep cleaning in each of those spaces. Also decorating, so I usually use my zone week to do a little decorating for the holiday if that's coming up. And it's just a matter of getting in there a little bit more, decluttering, doing whatever you think needs to be done. You can create a zone list. The Fly Lady has her control journal on her flylady.net website. It's for free, and you can go in there and see what she recommends as a zone cleaning list, but you can do whatever works for you and your household and your family. So your baby step number 25 was reviewing the Fly Lady's personal testimonial about routines and adding your zone cleaning list to your control journal. Baby step number 26 is to just keep going with your routines. And if you haven't started your afternoon routine list, make sure you start that and add to it to eat lunch and drink your water. So we're taking care of ourselves along the way. Baby step number 27, we're going to be working on doing some meal planning. So it could be as simple as making sure you have something set aside or you know what you're going to make for dinner when you go to bed at night, so you have the following day figured out. If you want to just do it one day ahead of time, that's all you want to do, that's totally fine, but it'll just feel good knowing you have at least tomorrow's dinner figured out. You could also plan it out for the week. So if you want to plan out a week's worth of dinners, write it on your calendar and do that. You could even go a month out. Whatever works for you, we're just going to set aside one day a week. It could be your plan and play day on Tuesday that you're going to make sure you're doing a little bit of meal planning each week. So baby step number 27 is to start meal planning. Baby step number 28 is to set a timer and take breaks. And the Fly Lady has lots of great testimonials about using a timer and the benefits to not only keep us from working too long, but also to help us get started when we're finding trouble with motivation. So that is baby step number 28, to use a timer. So there you have it. That is week 4 of your Fly Lady 31 baby steps. I'll link things down below for you, the playlist of all the baby steps so far and any information you might need. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing fine and well wherever you are, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.